Actually, honestly, there are some people, if you ask them, when was the last time you actually felt happy? It's a scary question for a lot of people because they can't remember. Like, I was happy for this person. I was happy for that person. When was I truly happy? I can't really remember. It's a hard question. And that's a scary thought, right? That's a really scary thought. So what can we learn from Allah's insight in the Quran on this subject? The first thing that this khutbah itself is dedicated to is actually what we can learn about it in the ayah itself, where he does talk about happiness. He says, whatever this is, the alchemy of happiness, whatever Allah is giving you, he makes a comment about it. He said, huwa khayrun mimma yajma'un. That's the end of ayah number 58. Huwa khayrun mimma yajma'un. And this is from Jawami'ul Kalim, ironically. It's a very comprehensive statement. It is better than everything that they gather. It's better than everything that they gather. And in this is a profound insight from Allah about how we normally figure out that we're going to get happy. If we gather things, then we're going to be happy. Some wannabe influencer, if he gathers or she gathers more followers online, apparently they'll be happy. If I can gather these new gadgets that came out, the 2.0 came out, the 13 came out, the 14 came out, you know, the newest release came out. If I just gather that, I'll be happy. If I watch the new season of this show, I can gather more episodes under my experience, then I'll be happy. If I can gather more money, then I can be happy. If I can gather yet another degree, I can be happy. If I can gather these credentials under my belt, then I will be happy. Right? So we're all, whether there are tangible things like money, cars, toys, games, clothes, shoes, bags, you name it. Either it's those things or it's intangible things like degrees, recognition, followers, appreciation, compliments. Some people like to gather compliments. That's what they're looking to gather. Just somebody just compliment on how good I look, or somebody compliment on how smart I am, or somebody compliment on how funny that joke was. I just need to gather these compliments, right? And so in all of these pursuits, and by the way, when you're gathering something, when you're collecting something, like an animal, when birds collect twigs for their nest, when ants collect food for their survival, right? Then it takes work. Gathering doesn't just happen on its own, it's work. And in this small ayah, Allah has provided us a really deep insight. People exhaust themselves gathering things that they think will make them happy. They're gathering stuff, and that's an exhausting exercise. Either it's physically exhausting, it's emotionally exhausting, or even mentally. They're just sitting in their head gathering thoughts, gathering stuff that they think will bring them joy. And all of that, Allah puts aside and said, what I'm giving you is better than all of those failed collections that you have. And I'm not saying you shouldn't have a stamp collection that makes you happy. Or you shouldn't have, some other, some people have shoe collections. Our contractor here at the campus, non-Muslim guy, he has a sneaker collection. He's got a gallery in his house of sneakers, right? So it makes him happy. I'm not saying you can't have collections, or you can't have things that bring you experiences of joy.